You and I have considered in the past the drawbacks of spending too much time in regret, which, of course, is a matter of looking backwards. I want to draw a distinction between that and reflecting, though. Reflection, I think, is an entirely different idea, even though it does also involve looking backwards. Motive here is everything. What is the reason that we are reflecting? Well, there's a number of them, and I think all of them can be positive if we approach the topic with an open mind and with a true goal for self improvement. Reflection gives us a chance to counter any tendency we might have to be impulsive. Typically, this involves a negative response to a suggestion that someone might give us. It's amazing how common it is that our first impulse is a negative one, a reason not to agree with something someone has told us or suggested to us or recommended even. I guess it depends on who that person is. And that also can become a basis for reflection, as a matter of fact, if we find that we have a tendency to be instantly or by default negative towards the comments or advice or suggestions of someone else. What is it about that person, about that relationship that makes us feel that way? Well, that's a good reason for reflecting, especially if it's someone that we care about and that we have an eye for improving that relationship over time. So it's a good idea to maybe break our bad habits of instantly becoming contrary to the words of someone else. It also gives us a chance to see something in detail, regardless of what the source of that is, before becoming impulsive and jumping on the bandwagon, because that's not a good idea either. We should be our own person when it comes to uh, ideas that are presented to us. They should be informed opinions, of course, and we get that from an open mind inquiry, trusted sources, whether they're a person before us, a person who's advising us in a professional setting, say like a doctor, for example, uh, or something that we've read or seen in a video like this one. It doesn't matter, except what does matter, what is important, is that we be prudent in drawing our conclusions and not instantly jump on the bandwagon because, gosh, that sounds good. We think it's trendy, or someone else has casually told us that everybody's doing it. That's generally not a good idea. And again, reflection gets us to the point where we can make those kinds of decisions, those judgments, better. Reflecting also can give us peace. Maybe something that has happened before isn't as bad as we thought. And on reflection, we realize that and can let go of it. I mean, we should let go of it anyway, but this is one mechanism, I suppose, in getting there. Reflection gives us an opportunity for a course correction. If, in fact, we're making the same kinds of errors over and over, we're suffering the same frustrations or experiencing those over and over again, reflecting on those situations, sort of troubleshooting them, if you will, can give us a chance to get past that same snag that we keep falling into, or that same trap that we keep creating for ourselves. Reflection gives us that opportunity to do that. Um, it also helps us not to assign blame. Which again is a typical response when we don't want to look in the mirror and find ourselves to be the source of our own problems. And really, we're probably our own worst enemies in most situations. If we can reflect on that honestly, again, we have an opportunity for growth. So you can see what I'm getting at here are the positives that come from reflection. If you're a person of faith, the Lenten period, which I happen to be talking to you during in 2026, is all about that from a spiritual basis, where you reflect on your life, where you've been and where you want to go. Again, not with the idea of falling for regrets and being caught in the trap of those regrets, but rather with the positive idea of improving our lives, our prospects going forward by simply looking inwardly about those things that we're not as proud of as we should be, and that we can correct for our own benefit and for the benefit of those with whom we interact. Basis for reflection.